So good afternoon and welcome along to the final round of the DMAX National Championships here at Daytona Milton Keynes. We've got the endurance race about to get underway. So shall we take you through your grid as we get into this one? Daniel Varlan and James King share the front row in the lightweight category. Freddie Burden and Sam Spencer on row number 2. Just 5 turns per second off of the lap time set by Daniel Varlan. Julia Stankowiak is in 5th position with Ben Leslie and Nikolai Angelov, the rest of your lightweight grid. Inside of the intermediates, Lee Schnitzler and Adam Horton are the front row with Kuba Wozniak and James Pearce, row 2 of the grid. Justin Elliott and Anthony Whippich, row 3, with Ollie Cooper-Welton starting in 7th. The rest of our intermediates made of Will Kenny, Seb Cook and Sonny Zacharias down to 10th position. We can then take a look at your heavyweights starting order with Ashley Mason-King, Alex Pritchard, Adam Naka and Alex Tucker, your heavyweight grid. So here we go then. James King on the outside line. It will be Daniel Varlan on the inside as we go green and are racing here for the lightweights into turn number 1. Good start for Daniel Varlan, who holds on to the lead of the race. Freddie Burden goes up the inside of James King, trying to make some space around the outside of turn 2, but he's just edged out by James King, who gets clear into turn number 4. Freddie Burden drops down to 3rd. James King stays in 2nd place. Daniel Varlan leading the way as they go now through turn number 5. Julia Stankowiak made a position into P number 4 by the looks of things. There, as the intermediates get ready to get underway. Lee Schnitzler clear into the first corner. Very, very straightforward for him. Anthony Whippich, championship hopeful, tries to go down the inside line, but gets himself a little bit caught up. We're right on board with Seb Cook as he sees Ollie Cooper-Welton go past. Whippich goes around the outside into turn number 3, but through on the inside line goes Justin Elliott. So Whippich crowded out and into 6th position. He'll be looking to counter-attack here surely. 58 minutes to go in the race, and you can see the battle for the lightweights with 3 wide further behind. Freddie Burden's involved in this battle into turn number 9, just going to keep it collected, hit the brakes heavy for turn number 10, and down the inside line you can see squeezing through is Spencer. Julia Stankowiak goes through as well. She's on the outside line now for the final corner. There'll be a little bit of a movement up the inside for Freddie Burden, see if he can find his way through. Excuse me, that's Angelov who's trying to get through there. We're on board with Freddie Burden as he sits now in 7th position, tries to go to the outside of Julia Stankowiak, can't quite find a way through. There's a mistake, and then down the inside line goes Freddie Burden on both of them. What a move for Freddie Burden up into 4th position, and Julia Stankowiak will try and counter-attack here, but it's going to be a little bit in vain, I fear. Now she goes down the inside line into turn 6, so actually she does get a bit of a run. Can she hold on to it? Not, yes she can, excuse me. Freddie Burden loses out on that position. A cracking little scrap between the two of them. Let's see if there's any movement into turn number 8. She wants to push forward here. I don't think Freddie Burden is really going to agree with Julia on this front. He wants that position right now, especially if Julia makes a mistake out of turn 8. Here goes Burden, gets the inside line into turn 9. Down the straight, it's a matter of straight line speed here into turn 9. Burden's really, really brave on the turn in. Going to be brave on the brakes into 10 as well. And I don't think there's much Julia Stankowiak can do about that. Oh, yes, there is. She goes for the switchback and back up the inside line of Freddie Burden. So Burden loses out once again, and Julia is furiously pointing forward. There's an hour left in this race. They don't need to be battling like this at this stage, and she knows that more than anyone. You can see the guys behind them, Leslie and Angelov, getting very, very close to them as well. So this is not helping their case at all, and maybe you start to think Julia Stankowiak has a point at some point in this race as Freddie Burden continues to try and battle. Now on board with Anthony Whippich. He's got Will Kenny for company as Will Kenny dives down the inside line. 2 drivers racing a lot in Tamworth Super Champs this season. Will Kenny makes that move fairly simply though, and Whippich goes down into 7th position. Don't think that'll be the end of that just yet though. Will Kenny fighting for multiple championships so far this season at Daytona. Tamworth. Whippich has already secured himself one in season 1. Now goes down the inside line into turn 4 and gets back through. So Will Kenny didn't see him coming. 47 minutes to go. We can rejoin the battle of Freddie Burden and Julia Stankowiak as Freddie goes around the outside line on Julia, but isn't quite able to find a way through. Julia now fails to defend the inside line, but gets the better run on the outside. They'll be side by side into turn 6. Burden is entitled to the space and crowds Julia out and gets the position as well. Back to our intermediates. Will Kenny down the inside line of Anthony Whippich, just about finds his way through in kart 1, 2, 4. Whippich trying to come back at him though. We'll look to the outside line of the left-hander of 4. Now goes for the switchback. Can Whippich do anything here on the outside line? 41 minutes left in this race. Manages to get himself underneath Will Kenny in the end, and he's side by side, but Kenny points forward and just about holds on to the position. So slightly better pace for Will Kenny. A bit of a mistake on the exit of 6. Might allow Whippich to go to the outside. Sets himself up for a switchback, but again, just can't quite find the space. Will Kenny very smart where he's placed the kart in this battle. Now into turn 8. Whippich will flick it in. Looking at Tucker here in the heavyweights. He's got the intermediates coming up to the back of him. You can see Lee Schnitzler and Kuba Wozniak, excuse me, there into turn number 1. There might be a battle here as Lee's led quite the majority of this race. It's been fairly straightforward for him. Kuba Wozniak all of a sudden just starting to put pressure on him as we approach the halfway mark in the contest. And this heavyweight traffic is going to be really, really interesting. Lee needs to get past very quickly. Will commit to the inside of turn number 6 and does exactly that. Squeezes his way through, and Kuba Wozniak able to get through as well. So it doesn't actually benefit either of them in the end, but they have managed to get a kart in between them and Pearson Horton, which could be very, very important as we head on into the second half of this race. Through turn 8 then, Kuba Wozniak will try and get himself a bit of a run on Lee Schnitzler. Not able to do so. Pearson Horton go through. Will there be a battle there into turn 9 as they have Tucker on the outside line? He's running 3rd in the heavyweight class at the moment. Remember, the heavyweight's getting lapped because they're racing at a heavier weight than everyone else on the grid. And now it looks like Lee Schnitzler just going to have to go on the defensive all of a sudden into the first corner. Kuba Wozniak looks to attack. Turn number 2, no way through for him just there. And you have to sense that these two will be very, very smart about when they go for their moves. Still plenty of time to go in this race, and you can see Lee is just defending perfectly. He's not really having to drive defensive lines at this point, but just knows where to place the kart to prevent Kuba from making a move. As there down the inside line goes Horton, and able to get through on Pierce into 3rd position. So he moves up into a podium spot. 31 minutes to go, and it's now Leslie and Stankowiak having a battle. Stankowiak will be trying to get past. He goes to the outside line into the final corner. We'll try and go all the way around the outside line. That's not going to work. Crowded onto the curb. And Leslie just holds on to the position for the time being. Through the first corner they go. And into turn number 2. Julia Stankowiak, known for being quite aggressive in these races, even though it is an endurance. And not able to find a way through. Just let Leslie going to be defending. 26 minutes to go, and the Leslie Stankowiak battle has been interrupted by Schnitzler and Wozniak. As you can see, into turn 5 they go, and this is really, really interesting for Lee Schnitzler because it depends on how he's going to play this hit. He needs to use the traffic to his advantage in order to keep a charging Kuba Wozniak behind. Won't be an easy task for him. You can see here out of turn 7 they go, and Leslie just a little bit slower than our 2 intermediates at this phase in the race with 25 minutes on the clock. And out of turn 8 they go. Is there going to be a way through for Schnitzler? If he goes for the move, then he might open himself up to attack from Kuba Wozniak, so he might be better placed to just relax in this current track position. Lee Schnitzler, no points on offer for this move. Wozniak very, very close. They're bumper to bumper as they head into the final corner. And no way through for any of them. Onto the next lap, and still Schnitzler's trying to attack here on Leslie. Wozniak in the background. So this is the battle that we're watching, and this is helping Lee Schnitzler at this point, because you can see already Wozniak as he looks to the inside line. That's a very, very bold move, and I think there was a bit of contact as well as Leslie goes through. Has that been the moment that's going to lose Schnitzler the intermediate race? So we move on with 21 minutes to go. We're coming up to lap Cook. Schnitzler still in the lead. Wozniak and Nakar now in the on-track battle. You can see there Wozniak has got one kart in between himself and Schnitzler by the looks of things. Excuse me, no he hasn't. They've just come up to the back of some traffic. There, down the inside line goes Schnitzler on Seb Cook. Wozniak follows him through. That's really, really important. And now the move for the inside line goes Kuba Wozniak. Schnitzler tries to cover him off and they'll stay side by side into turn 5. Wozniak backs out of it. Julia Stankowiak is in this battle as well. She's ahead of Leslie and rather comfortably. She'll try and get through on the inside line now of the back marker traffic and does so fairly simply. But that was a very brave move for Kuba Wozniak. Doesn't end up amounting to much as Lee Schnitzler manages to get back through. But as we go into what would be a normal sprint race distance here with 20 minutes to go, these drivers are going to be battling right up until the end, I'm sure. You can see Schnitzler already gained a couple of tenths of a second as there's side-by-side action further behind that gets itself sorted out. The lightweight of Leslie gets himself past Seb Cook. 20 minutes on the clock and once again a battle for the intermediate lead. Julia Stankowiak racing at a lighter weight is going to be really upsetting this battle too. 18 minutes on the clock. You can see Spencer, Schnitzler, Wozniak and Stankowiak all in this battle. Lee Schnitzler's on the back of Spencer here as they go into the final corner. Just about trying to squeeze his way through on the inside line. That's a brave move for Lee Schnitzler to try and get another card in between himself and Kuba Wozniak, and it's worked. And if Kuba gets stuck behind, which he does, stuck behind into turn 2 means that he's going to lose out. And Schnitzler, for the first time in this race, has a bit of breathing room. He's now got to get past Tucker in order to really start to gain the time. But that is a huge move for a hugely experienced driver for KBR here in the DMAX National Champs finale. And you can see Wozniak now, after getting past the heavyweight traffic of Tucker, has got 2 carts in between himself as Stankowiak goes through. Has 2 carts in between himself and his race leader. So a masterclass in traffic management from Lee Schnitzler there with 17 minutes on the clock. Just the 11 minutes to go now. It's still all to play for. You can see Schnitzler's just put a lap on Ollie Cooper-Welton, who's got realms of experience in the Daytona Sandown Park Super Champs category. Stankowiak trying to get past. Wozniak still stuck here, and you have to feel for Kuba Wozniak as Julia Stankowiak goes down the inside line. Spencer tries to attack Wozniak onto the outside of turn number 9. Stankowiak goes through. Wozniak on the outside line of Ollie Cooper-Welton, and Cooper-Welton won't defend this too hard, you would have thought, but he does defend it pretty hard, and Wozniak's all over the curb on the exit of turn number 9, and this is just going from bad to worst as he's not particularly happy with Ollie Cooper-Welton, and I'm afraid to say, probably rightly so, as what Cooper-Welton was defending very harshly. They are in the same category, of course, so he's within his rights to do so. Lee Schnitzler then has got a couple of seconds to the second place intermediate runner. It's been a superbly successful run for him, and Kuba Wozniak, I'm afraid to say, has got a lot of work left to do in this one. Checkered flag goes out, and Daniel Varlan takes victory in the final round of the DMAX National Champs in the lightweights. Fastest lap of the race as well. He's joined by James King and Freddie Burden on the podium. A hugely successful run for all of those drivers. Julia Stankowiak finishes in 4th, ahead of Ben Leslie in 5th. Sam Spencer and Nikolai Angelov are the rest of the lightweight grid. Adam Horton wins in the Inters, with Lee Schnitzler ending up in 2nd position at the end of that race. Kuba Wozniak is in 3rd, with Justin Elliott and James Pearce your top 5. Will Kenny and Anthony Whippich your top 7. It's then Ollie Cooper-Welton, Seb Cook and Sonny Zacharias, the rest of your grid, with Ashley Mason-King, Alex Pritchard and Adam Nakar being your podium in the heavyweights. Alex Tucker in 4th.
So, your champion on 151 points, your 2025 DMAX Endurance Heavyweight Champion, Ashley Mason-King. There we go, taking 151 points, 14 points in front of his closest rival, your champion, Ashley Mason-King. We'll move on to our interweight field now on 132 points, finishing 10 points in front of his closest rival, your DMAX Nationals interweight endurance champion, Kuba Wozniak. There you go, fantastic season for Kuba all round long. Also taking third place today for doing a fantastic job to take the championship. Another round of applause for your DMAX Nationals interweight endurance championship, Kuba Wozniak. Perfect, and now we'll move on to our final champion of the season, taking the lightweight championship on 135 points, your DMAX Nationals lightweight endurance champions, James King. James King managing to be fantastically consistent all season long and taking a deserved championship there. Let's get another big round of applause for our DMAX Nationals lightweight champion, James King.